I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, ooh, come have your way with me, big boy. Well, I've got an email here from a guy, and he shares a success story. I did a phone coaching session with him a year ago in August, and he writes in to say what he's learned and how his experiences have changed after going through a really bad divorce. And so he talks about this woman that he had kind of known for the last couple of years. He would see her around town occasionally. He had some mutual friends or whatever. But, you know, he was still, up until the end of last year, he was still, right up until the point where he finalized his divorce, he was still open to his wife working things out with him, which obviously it never happened. But once he totally became single and ready to mingle, next time he ran into this girl, he asked her out. And so he shares what he did and how his perception has changed, how his mindset has changed. So he kind of gives you like a play-by-play of what he did and said and how it had a positive effect. And so he basically was able to seduce her at the beginning of their second date. And what was interesting is, because he kind of already knew her a little bit, it's not like she was a total stranger. But one of the first things he did after she opened the door, when he goes to pick her up, he gives her a compliment on her looks, and she thanked him. And you know what he did? He fucking kissed her. Takes some balls to kiss a girl at the beginning of a date. So, I've got a quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through his email. And the quote says, "Success is not a mystery. The world is full of successful people who are living and experiencing the kind of life and lifestyle most people will only ever dream of. What is the difference that makes a difference between those who have success and those who want it? Those who have a burning desire to be successful study, learn from, apprentice under, and seek advice from those who they want to be like. Then they take continuous, relentless action, learn from their mistakes, and continue to refine, adapt, improve, and enhance their approach until someday they ultimately succeed and end up where they envisioned. Have faith in your compelling vision, model the success of successful people, take the same daily actions successful people take, learn from your mistakes, and continue to refine and adapt your approach until your dreams become a reality." And that's basically, for anybody that's watching this video, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the things that I have learned that have worked in my own life, and I'm breaking them down into little bite-sized pieces and teaching them. And by applying the same things that I teach and talk about in my book, my videos, and my articles, you get the same results. And so here's a guy, right now, as of the time that I'm shooting this, it's the beginning of April, and I did a phone session with him back in August. And so you can see, you figure 5-6 months down the road, what's changed? How has, or 6, I say it's 8 9 months down the road, his life has changed dramatically. He says, "Hello, Corey. You and I did a phone coaching session back in August, and I wanted to write you and say thanks. I had been through a crappy divorce. My alcoholic wife basically abused me, and I took it and kept coming back for more every day like a dog would. However, the divorce I filed for, after being willing to take her back right up until November, is complete." Well, congratulations. It's like, I remember when I got my divorce and it was finalized. You felt free. Like, glad I can put that chapter of my life behind me. It was just nice to be over and done with that. So I know the feeling. He says, "I just had the most amazing weekend with a girl that was better than I have ever had." That's why I always say guys that are trying to get their, girls that are trying to get their ex back, is like, one of two things is going to happen. I'll either help you get them back, or you will get somebody better. So, doesn't sound like his alcoholic ex-wife was somebody he really should have been getting back in the first place. And so what did he just say? "I just had the most amazing weekend with a girl that was better than I have ever had." It's all about having high-quality experiences, because high-quality experiences with high-quality people give you really great high-quality memories. And when you get older and you're sitting in your fucking rocking chair and your balls are dragging on the ground, or if you're a woman, your tits are sagging on the ground or bumping your knees, you can look back And you could smile and say, what a great fucking life it's been. I've enjoyed every fucking delicious second of it. I followed your instructions as best I could, and so far, so good. I can't believe how easy it was to set up the first date on the spot. We spoke for an hour, face to face. We knew each other from around town for about a year. All the signs were there, and it was easy to feel confident that she wanted to hang out, and said yes, of course. I couldn't believe it. Again, he's just following the protocol of things that I teach. The idea is what happens with most guys, they literally talk women out of liking them, even though they had a good shot. He says, when I went to pick her up for our date, she looked great. I walked right up to her and said, this is a fucking great line. He says, you look exactly the way I was hoping you would look. Feminine energy grows through praise. Masculine energy grows through challenge. So look at all this challenge that he's been through in his life and how it's changed him. He goes from being with an alcoholic ex-wife to this fucking gorgeous woman that he's always liked. And he says something that comes right from his heart. You look exactly the way I was hoping you would look. She's fucking beaming. Any woman would go, oh, all the time I took putting my makeup on and my fake eyelashes and shaving my legs and trying on 10 different dresses and making sure I had the right panties with little leopard spots on them in case you happen to see those later. It's all worth it. He just told her that he really appreciated the fact that she looks hot and went out of her way to look hot for him. She smiled and said, thanks. I went for the kiss. She said, wow, that was nice. I kissed her before the date. That takes some balls, dude. That's great. Good job. But she already liked you. I mean, when you meet a woman, you could be at a bar or at a party or walking on the street, and when the connection is there, you literally can be making out in seconds. It's fun to do that. And other people look at you like, how'd he do that? It's like two people like each other, and a guy got game and just make it happen. It's fucking powerful. It feels so good when that happens. He says, I'm the fucking man. Dude, you absolutely are. Good fucking job. He says, dude, you are so awesome. Thanks. I just knew it was the right thing. We had an excellent time. I dropped her off with more kissing and petting, but I was not ready to close the deal. I personally wanted to wait. I wouldn't have, but hey, it's I've done that. I've said, because when you get good at it, you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to wait a couple of dates, and then I'm going to sleep with her. It's, at this point in my life, when the connection's there, when I go out on a first date, when I'm single, it's like, it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. It's magical that way. Why start off a relationship with holding back? But hey, whatever floats your boat, dude. I'm not here to make you be a certain way. I'm here to help you be the way you want to fucking be. So good job. You got what you wanted. So he says, you'll get a kick out of this. About a week later, we still hadn't found time in our busy schedules to meet up the second time. Due to our schedules, I suggested lunch. Naughty boy. But we both didn't want that anyway, so 2 days later, she told me, I am working from home alone. In a text, and I jumped at an offer to bring lunch. I am working from home alone. That's pretty fucking subtle, not? She joked about what she normally wears as she works from home. More hinting. Do you get how women are? They're not going to come around and say, get your ass over here and fuck my brains out. They might say that. But this is more than like, it's fun. It's like a game. It's like a little girl and a little boy. Obviously they're adults, but it's like even though they're adults, they can still act like a little girl and a little boy and be playful about it. Love is playful and fun. This is a perfect prime example, right what I talk about in my book. I just knew she was ready and seemed to be saying, come over and have your way with me. She was, dude. Spot on. It was so easy to read. Anyway, when she opened the door, she jumped into my arms. I had to stop her because I had the lunch in my hand. I don't want to be spilling the lunch everywhere. I carried her to her bedroom and we made love for an hour. So, first date, he kisses her as she opens the door. Second date, she jumps into his arms, he takes her to bed and makes love to her. That's pretty fucking awesome, dude. That's pretty good. Good fucking job. You're fucking James Bond. What do you expect? This is the way it's supposed to be for everybody. You just have to know how to make these things happen. Read the fucking book for those of you that haven't. And for those of you who had, read it 10 to 15 times. You want to get this good? That's the way it's got to be. Then, while shaking, we ate lunch. Bet you're pretty tired. She's told me at least 5 times that she was completely surprised I did that. Coach ain't surprised. And she did not plan it at all. Yeah, she was just hoping that it would happen. I don't really know what to say about that, but because of you, I knew what the fuck was going to happen, and I went for what I wanted. It had been 2 years. The embargo has been lifted. I assume you're talking about the pussy embargo? Good for you, dude. She texted me early this morning, a nice emotional text, and then later this morning said she was done texting for a while. I have no idea why. She is busy though, and although I really feel the need to send her a good night type of text, I am very confident in your suggestion to let the bread rise in the oven, so I will be waiting. Dude, when a woman reaches out, you assume she wants to see you and you make a date. You don't chit-chat back and forth and then it pointlessly goes nowhere. Don't get sloppy just because you got your noodle wet. You gotta continue to be the charming James Bond. Not be James Bond for date 1 and 2 and then go revert back right to your old ways. I've done plenty of emails from guys that did exactly that, and it doesn't end well for them. I'm also flirting with another lady who is interested in me only because I know the signs to look for. I am just distracted enough by her to keep me from over-pursuing the girl I just spent the weekend with. Well, like I said, if this other girl was reaching out to you and she says, I'm done texting for a while, you should have set a date. And hopefully you did that, but I don't see any mention of it in here. And if you didn't, you fucked up. Because as long as she's reaching out to you, that means she's ready to see you again and have another great, amazing, hour-long love fest, or another nooner, if you will. My job is just to focus on having fun and setting dates, and her job is to call me a boyfriend or whatever, and that is all I want to do anyways. She talked and talked about relationships and asked what I wanted. I kept it as simple as possible and kept it in today. She ate it up. I have 100 details that were hard to believe were happening to me. I can't tell you all of them. Things like keep the change, hand job while riding on the back of my motorcycle. That's fucking living dangerously. Cabin in the mountains while it rained all day, great music and massage oil. Sounds like something out of a romance novel. And you wonder why 50 Shades of Grey sold so many damn fucking books and so many people saw the fucking movie. That's something to think about. I wouldn't even tell her where she was going. She fucking loved every minute. I did too. But they were all because of your book and videos. Thanks, thanks, thanks. No one has ever told me this stuff. I can't believe it. Well, dude, that's awesome. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for giving yourself a really kick-ass time and a really kick-ass memory. And giving a woman a bunch of kick-ass memories that she's going to remember for the rest of her life. It sounds like you pretty much spoiled her for all future boyfriends, unless, of course, you end up being with her forever and ever. But this is great, dude. Congratulations. Good job. I'm proud of you. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.